Listen, President Uhuru Kenyatta recently affirmed that his administration would not cede even an inch of the country's territory following a recent verdict by the International Criminal Court that altered Kenya's maritime claim in Somalia's favor. This ruling, delivered at The Hague, rekindles similar memories of the Hague-based International Criminal Court, where Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto faced crimes against humanity charges in the early days of their entry to office. But how do the two situations compare? And how is the ICJ verdict likely to affect the next administration's foreign policy? Our senior political affairs reporter, Murimi Mwangi, gives a perspective on this week's House of Cards. Take a look.
Asante sana. Anakabidhiwa.
As President Uhuru Kenyatta lifted the 2013 presidential trophy, locked on his neck was a yoke of weighty international obligations. The International Criminal Court, where he, together with his deputy William Ruto, faced crimes against humanity charges. The ICC statute demanding nothing short of total cooperation from the duo and the Kenyan government.
The court has set high.
Fast forward to Kenyatta's final days in power, and yet another Hague obligation hangs on the president's neck, threatening to be a major burden to the next administration after his projected 2022 exit. The International Court of Justice verdict, altering Kenya's maritime territorial claim in Somalia's favor.
Our tactics were not good at that court. We went into a court and we withdrew, so we dropped the ball. We also had hubris. The Somalis had come to us many times and we didn't talk to them. And we thought that because we had done so much for them and that Kenya was doing so well, that they would not go to the ICJ. Voila, they did.
Article 94(1) of the United Nations Charter obligates each member to comply with the decisions of the ICJ, in any case to which it is a party, failure to which another party can seek recourse from the UN Security Council, which may, if it deems fit, make recommendations or decide upon measures to be taken to give effect to the judgment, including sanctions and, at times, international trade embargoes. Kenyatta, in a statement from New York, where he was chairing a United Nations Security Council meeting, rejected the ICJ judgment, pledging to defend the Kenyan territorial integrity at whatever cost. A state of affairs, some analysts say, tasks the current regime and Kenyatta's successor with a weighty diplomatic burden.
It depends on who wins or who becomes president and how level-headed the person is in terms of national interest, and whether the person gets good advice, not from cronies, really good advice.
But is Kenya's current membership to the UN Security Council, with Kenyatta as the powerful organ's reigning rotational president, really guarantee of a favorable outcome of the maritime dispute if escalated to the UN?
The rules of procedure of the court requires that a party, and especially now in this context, non-permanent members who have a direct interest in a matter being deliberated upon by the council, would not have a right to participate in those proceedings. So our membership to the UN Security Council is not going to be helpful to us at all.
Yet, reflecting back to the Kenyan ICC headache, former TNA chairman and key Kenyatta 2013 political strategist Johnston Sakaja argues another moment of nationhood could be in the offing.
At times of a national decision, nationalistic sentiment takes over. That we are a sovereign country, that we must make our decisions, that international processes must not be engineered towards influencing your decision, and that was a clarion call.
Somalia is itself headed for presidential elections towards the end of the year, with President Mohamed Farmajo already basking on the glory of the ICJ verdict in his quest for re-election. A state of affairs, Sakaja argues, unavoidably demands a firm position on the maritime dispute from all top Kenyan presidential contenders, angling to succeed President Kenyatta.
One underlying message that will be there is who also can we see as a commander-in-chief who will safeguard the territorial integrity of our country, and we will defend us no matter what the world says. So those nuances are about to play out.
It would not be wise, and I don't even think we are going to follow through with our threats of war. Because the question would be, war against who? It is not Somalia. Somalia did not render the judgment. It would be a war against the rest of the international community.
We need the African Union to work. We need the African justice system to work. We need the African maritime system to work. We need to stop running to Europe every time something wrong happens or when we have a dispute with a neighbor.
We call upon the rest of the family of nations to appreciate and respect our inherent right to protect by all available means our territory.
With a global spotlight firmly pinned on Kenya, the burden of yet another obligation to an international statute weighs heavily on all presidential contenders as the Kenyatta succession race enters the home stretch. Muremi Mwangi, KTN News in Nairobi.
Let's see